When I look at your style, I can see, and of course I also know that you have some martial arts background. And
Yes.
what you told me, it's not just one sport; it's quite a few. So you've done martial arts for a long time.
Yes, I started as a teenager, around 14-ish, and I've done a few different martial arts since then. I started out with very peaceful martial art, actually, Aikido and Iaido, but moved on to boxing for a while, like regular Western boxing. I tried some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, did try out a little bit of Muay Thai. And then I went on hiatus for a while and did not train any martial arts for a little bit. But then, like 10 years ago, I found a dojo that has kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, and karate. So I started doing those three. And by this point, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu and karate. And I've been on the national team in kickboxing for one of the national teams, I would say. There's different, let's say, promotions in kickboxing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so that's been a hell of a ride, to be fair.
Nice. Did you do any belts in kickboxing, or did you do
It's,
like were
you only have
competitive?
like a master belt in kickboxing. You don't have the same grading system.
Okay.
So I've been meaning to do it at some point, but I haven't.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Right.
I'll get around to it, I think, if I get the time between the shows, wrestling shows.
There's this thing that stupid people say about female wrestlers, that it's not legit that a female wrestler can beat a male wrestler. But with that background, I would say it's quite. You could pretty much roam
They're
through.
so welcome to give it a try. Let's put it that way.
That's the.
That's what I always say.
Yeah. So.
But it's I mean, there's so many similarities to martial arts and wrestling, and it's also of course a lot of things that makes it different. But that's the fun part, though. I mean, sometimes the similarities almost makes it harder to adapt, and sometimes it makes it easier. So it depends on what type or what move you're talking about, what type of movement, basically.
What kind of challenges did you face when you switched to professional wrestling? Like, you probably had some habits that you had to unlearn.
Yes. Guarding,
Yeah.
especially.
That's the main one.
Yeah. It's very hard when you're used to blocking in a different way, let's put it that way, to do it the wrestling way. And that took some time to, well, also the moving around and taking the time. I can still see my matches back sometimes and see it. Why am I rushing?
Yeah.
Because if you're in a 3-minute fight with someone, you want to get on them straight away. You want to be in their face. You want to knock them down as quick as you can, basically. So it's a different beast to like pace yourself and do it in a good way for the audience.
But it really shows in your wrestling style, that background, because all those kicks are so much more controlled and look legit compared to like a traditional wrestler. And of course the movement as well, as you showed in the match against Six, the beginning. It's like when you think that you have wrestled only for 2 years, but even though you have had quite a few matches there, but it's still like only 2 years, and it looks damn good.
Thank you so much. It's I had a head start for the martial arts with a lot of aspects, I would say. So
and you're also like you're eager to learn, is what I noticed.
Yes,
when
this
you visited us.
This is my addiction at the moment.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
I did not expect to do wrestling in my life before I started, and now I don't know how to stop.
Yep.
Don't you worry, FDR Nation, you missed some, but you will see this chat in YouTube in a few weeks. But because now we're going back to the start, how did you actually end up in pro wrestling? And what I've heard, this is quite not the traditional. Oh yeah, I watched SmackDown when I was 16 and wanted to be a wrestler. This was something else.
Yeah, no. Well, at the time I actually started wrestle I think I knew who Hulk Hogan was. Let's put it that way. I'd never seen him work at all, but I knew who it was.
That's
I've been
a start.
I've been to a few live shows for Stockholm Wrestling, just I think 2 shows with a friend, and then one day this friend called me up and, do you want to go to, like, you can test out wrestling? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Sounds fun. In my mind, this was you can go there and test it for a day and have a bit of a laugh and have a good time, basically. I show up, and the first thing they tell me is, we're going to have a 5-hour tryout. I hope you stay hydrated, and And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Was your friend there with you, or did they just push you in there? No, they were there.
She was there with me, actually.
Okay.
So I think she was just as confused, because I think she also misunderstood it a bit. But we had a great time, though, and I was like, yeah, I want to keep doing this. This is for me, basically.
And your friend decided no.
No, she decided she couldn't make the time, basically. So, which was a shame, but that's how it goes sometimes.
And who were their coaches in the tryouts?
It was Marcus Oman, Stockholm Wrestling, we held the tryout, and it was Alexander Beck.
Right.
Cool. So and they coached the first term, let's say, for the wrestling then, and the group they picked out. So that was my starting. So it's basically, I noticed quite quickly how much I lacked in wrestling knowledge getting there compared to almost everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So but I mean, I'm still trying to catch up.
Yeah, you'll learn.
Yeah, of course.
So Quirky Hijinks wants to know, how typical is it in the Swedish scene to have background in martial arts? Is there other martial artists?
Yes, there are a few, not that many, but a lot of people have done some dabbling in martial arts, either prior or during. I don't think there's anyone that has gone matches, as far as I know, at least not as an adult, and then went on to wrestling. But there are a few who has done some taekwondo and has done some jiu-jitsu, and there's a little bit of that. I think it's like I said, it's a good way to get a head start. But then there's so much else you need to learn just for the wrestling part of it that you can't get in a dojo.
Yeah, I kind of felt like just a couple of weeks ago I was thinking about the fact that, because I have a martial arts background as well, that I think it still did help me, but if I had the opportunity now to choose what I would do before starting pro wrestling, I probably would have gone to acting classes rather than kickboxing.
Yeah, but I totally get that.
Yeah, but in a way, like, you're already used to getting hit and kicked and hurt and like moving around in the ring and feeling the opponent. So it has helped, but I think maybe acting would have helped more to what we're trying to accomplish.
But I think in the beginning it's like because when we start the wrestling training for wrestling, it's usually it's the pumps, it's the rolls, it's the same moves that in any martial arts pretty much. So it's easy to get in. But of course, the further you go, the more you prefer, like, I wish I knew how to act more than how to do a armbar.
Yeah.
Which is we also have quite, like, pretty much every second guy has some sort of martial arts background.
Yeah.
I don't think we don't have, like, we might have few, like, who are like really good in their craft, but like I am a guy, I've done judo and I've done jiu-jitsu and stuff, but not Thai boxing, but not that much to like actually say about it. But of course we have our own Aliss Ink in Stark Adder.
Yes.
Who you were supposed to face in Cruising for Cruising.
I was so looking forward to that.
And for the fucking championship as well. I'm sorry for swearing, but come on.
That would have been brilliant. So bummed out that did not happen now. I hope it will happen in the future.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to beating the crap out of him. hopefully.
He's like really nice. He's such a weird presence. I can't even say like a person because I don't.
Shaman or something.
I don't know. He's like a warlock, I think maybe. But like he's so nice to work with in the ring. Haven't done a feud or storyline, but like random matches.
But people really look forward for that match. It was the only match announced for the cruise, and it was the main event, and it would have been great to see the show build around that. And hopefully we'll get that one day.
Yes. I was also thinking of being able to work on or wrestle on a cruise. Because I was thinking, I haven't been to that many cruises, but it has happened, and you never know what the sea is like.
Yeah.
So I had like this very vivid nightmare at one point. We were talking a lot about this, where because I know I do the slice bread number 2 when I run off the side and then go over.
Mm-hmm.
I was like having the nightmare, like the boat was the waves were basically making the boat go like this while I was up on the ropes, and then just went out on the ground.
Oh God.
I was like, that could technically happen, couldn't it?
Technically, yeah. I was worried about that too, and also people on the boat are also very unpredictable at times. So.
Wrestlers are unpredictable. So I mean,
I mean,
fit right in.
Yeah.